Folklore.
Yes.
It was Folklore, and she gave me, I think it was like one of the vinyls of Folklore and like some merch and stuff like that. And
free merch.
So many
perks.
And honestly, when I took it home, it wasn't my girlfriends that freaked out. It was my guy friends that were all like, can I please keep the Folklore t-shirt? Can I keep the Folklore hoodie? I ended up giving it all to my guy friends because they were all so excited, and they were the way bigger T-Swift fans than my girlfriends.
Guys, well done on the film. Congratulations. I mean, talk about all-star cast. Andrea, I thought I'd start with you and say, you've had an incredible career already, but think back to the 2005 Samantha in Doc Martin. Did she ever think that she would be in a movie with Robert De Niro?
Amazing. I played a small part in this thing called Doc Martin, which is about a doctor, Martin Clunes, playing a doctor, very dryly and moaning about everything. And I came in and I had to say, I've got a mole. It was my big moment. I was actually still at RADA at the time. They let me out for the weekend to go and do it. It was like, it was a big moment.
That was your entrance.
It was one of the first.
It was the big break.
I love it.
Do you get starstruck though?
I think you're going to say, do you get moles in the nether regions?
Do you need to see someone?
Working alongside people like Robert De Niro, I know you've worked with them.
Oh my goodness, I think we all do. We've talked about it for the last 5 days, where we wanted to spend so much time on set because being in the presence of such brilliant, brilliant creative people, it felt like a bloody waste of time to be going, anywhere else, to be going back to the trailer. And also the process is so immediate, and we all have to be completely flexible and ready to jump in at any time, that we were afforded that opportunity because you have to kind of be ready to go. So we got to watch each other in a way we might not have done, because it's quite intrusive sometimes, on a different set.
Do you do that on other movies, go in on days that you're not scheduled?
Sometimes, yeah. I mean, it depends what happens. It's that balance of being respectful, isn't it? Because you don't want to be like weird, creepy
I always vibe
stalker.
it out, and I'm like, are people down for it? Is the director not going to like it? Are the other actors okay with it?
Yeah.
But if they are, I always go in.
So interesting.
Yeah, I love it.
I love that you do that. I feel like I would be the same, just watching everything.
Yeah.
Amazing.
I did it a lot on Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, actually. We'd go in and like watch all the scenes that you're not in, because Quentin loved that. Like, he loved that vibe. So it's so nice when you get to do that.
I mean, it's an unbelievable cast. Just to talk through some of the double acts, I would put them in as Christian Bale, John David Washington. They've got the bromance. You've got the two detectives, very funny together.
Hilarious.
The two Mikes, Mike Myers, Mike Shannon. But you know what, Margot, you and Anya Taylor-Joy, you are sass together. Was it fun working together?
Well, we're also friends now too.
Great.
So I loved getting to act with Anya. She's brilliant, but like the dynamic between Libby and Valerie is just automatically funny. They I think it was day one actually, where we have that fight, and I've got the little puppet and I'm screaming at her and she's screaming at me. And then my favorite line that I got to say in the whole movie was, "Don't you dare say that to me. I'll send you to..." No, she says, we have to send her to the hospital or something. And I said, "I'll send you to a witch trial."
Yeah, the witch trial.
It's my favorite line that I got to say.
Are you going to use that in real life as a new insult?
100%. Yeah, that's my new insult. I'll send you to a witch trial.
Go to.
Yeah.
It's amazing. And also, like Andrea, we forget that you are like a Geordie through and through. We hear you do all these different accents. Do you ever slip into Geordie, or does the Geordie in you creep out and you try and, maybe get people having chips and gravy on set, or...?
The Geordie in me mostly creeps out when I feel protective of people.
Ah.
And sometimes that happens when you're trying to film something and maybe somebody's incredibly famous, like the gorgeous Margot or somebody, and they're getting stress from the outside world for some, they're being hounded in when we're trying to just do something. Then I get a bit Geordie. I mean, I try to keep it internal.
What does it look like when you get Geordie?
Well, internally it's like, but
dodgy.
Externally it's just it's very calm.
Yeah, because Geordie's very friendly, but you've got the fight.
Don't mess with them.
Yeah, if it kicked off, you're going to step in and.
I think so.
I
think this is not just a Geordie thing. I think it's the same feeling with you get with all like girlfriends, don't you? Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
you've that protective feeling. It comes out quite a lot there.
Yeah.
That's wicked. I'm just loving all the little friendships that have sort of come out of this movie. It's brilliant. We are a radio station at Capital. I have to ask you, because we were quite shocked to find out Drake exec producing on the film. How involved was he?
Well, he was at the party the other
He was at
night.
the party.
And that was, my girlfriends are freaking out. They were like, were you hanging out with Drake? And I was like, yeah, I was. Can't believe it as well. Very exciting. But no, he wasn't present while we were shooting. I'm not sure to what extent his involvement was in the pre-production or post-production process, but
Fine.
it was no, he wasn't on set, at least when I was on set.
He wasn't on set when I was on set. I actually had no idea. I sort of had no idea of his involvement. So
This makes me feel better.
I'm not going to lie, I didn't either.
Okay.
It was the first time that I met him, and it was...
He's so nice.
He's so lovely. It was also
So
a bit of a left field moment because I wasn't expecting it, you know.
Yeah.
So when you're not expecting it and you're faced with Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's quite surreal, I suppose.
It's exciting.
But it was a treat, wasn't it?
Such a treat. Like I said, all the chat groups with my girlfriends blowing up. They're like so excited.
What about Taylor Swift? Fangirling over her? Are you fans of Taylor?
Also, I know Taylor already, so it wasn't a fangirl moment. It was more like yay, I get to work with another friend. This is so nice. But what about for you? Did you get to see her at set?
She sent me messages before. This sounds very, very odd. Not by carrier pigeon or anything. But through mutual friends, she sent me messages before. I am of course aware of her work, and I think she has an idea of who I vaguely may be. But she's just so lovely, isn't she?
So lovely.
Yeah.
Like a real girl's girl too.
Yeah,
Like
she seems that way.
yeah.
Is she really tall?
Yeah, she's tall.
Yeah.
I was quite surprised. Of all the musicians that we interview, I've never met her in person. I think we've had her on Zoom. Yeah. And I went to like Madame Tussauds and there was a waxwork of her and I was like, whoa, she's really tall.
Yeah.
So it just surprised me. But our fans have wondered whether maybe Margot, with you being a bit pally with her, did she play any of her new album to you at all?
The album that was coming out around the time that we were filming it was an album.
Folklore, was it?
Folklore.
Yes.
It was Folklore, and she gave me, I think it was like one of the vinyls of Folklore and like some merch and stuff like that. And
Free merch.
So
many
free merch.
perks.
And honestly, when I took it home, it wasn't my girlfriends that freaked out. It was my guy friends that were all like, can I please keep the Folklore t-shirt? Can I keep the Folklore hoodie? I ended up giving it all to my guy friends because they were all so excited, and they were the way bigger T-Swift fans than my girlfriends. They were the reaction my girlfriends had to Drake, my guy friends had to Taylor being in the film. Yeah,
Cool.
She's accomplished so much. She's so prolific, isn't she?
and she's just like humble, nice businesswoman. I love it.
You two are the best hype girls.
That's we'll be her backup dancer or something sometime.
We'll be here all week.
Would you like? Yeah, can we put that out there in the?
Yeah.
Would you like to be in the next music video or something?
Yeah, we can
That would
be in
be
the
hilarious
background.
if we were the
would be-
backup dancers.
That'd be brilliant.
We
should
will
do
make that happen. We would like to.
Taylor's going to pretend she never saw this interview. She's like, it'd be awkward if I don't ask them to do that.
Talking of like merch and stuff, do you ever like sneak anything off set or?
Do you? Because I'm getting asked this a lot on this press tour.
I always get interested by it. That's why.
No, I didn't realise it was something everyone was doing this whole time
think-
until about a year ago, and Sly Stallone was like, "Yeah, I take everything," and I was like, "Are we allowed to take things from set? I thought we weren't allowed to."
I don't know about you, but I very much feel like, and I mean, you must have felt this a bit with Valerie because it was so intense. You were so immersed in the role, but I feel a bit like when I come out of the cocoon of that project, that I'm very, very willing to let everything go externally. Okay. Do you know what I mean? That I'm not...
Yeah. You're not clinging on to it.
Clinging on to tidbits like the magpie that I am inside.
Yes.
I'm ready to say goodbye psychologically to that space and kind of move on. Yeah.
And see, I think I always have my producer brain on, and I'm just thinking... They're going to need to put this in the archives until they're sure there's not going to be any additional photography, and then it's all going to have to be blah, 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 blah. So it would just be easier for the crew if I don't take anything and give someone a headache later. But I did ask in advance if I could have my Harley Quinn bat, and there were multiples I knew and I was allowed to take it. So, but no, I didn't take anything of Valerie's.
Have you used it?
I have it next to my bed in case anyone ever breaks in. And there's been a few noises before where I'm like, this is that moment. And I like grab my bat and I'm like, swing it. I'm coming down the stairs. I'm just like, I'm ready. I'm like, oh, you picked the wrong house to come into. I don't know what would happen if it actually, needed. But I come in with the bravado of Harley Quinn. But, thankfully, I haven't needed to use it.
You know what I should have done? I should have tried to steal the... Sorry, Cartier, but I should have tried to borrow the Duchess's jewels after I played Wallace Simpson.
You absolutely should have.
Yeah.
Were they real?
They were the actual ones.
Did they have a security person on set?
6.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know when I wore these like Harry Winston diamonds in Wolf of Wall Street? I think it was on the wedding. They were like, we just have to let you know there's a security person here today because of the diamonds that you're wearing.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh great, point them out to me. And they're like, no, we can't tell you who it is. But they have a gun.
That's amazing.
And I was like, what?
Terrifying.
Like, that is so... Yeah.
I did a dance in a necklace that wasn't her original necklace, but was also of that same ilk, and it went flying off because I kicked my leg really high and like spun round. And I think it was the Cartier woman, dived like it was the 1966 World Cup, and she was in goal.
Brilliant.
To like catch it before it like landed on the floor, and she caught it. Did she? Yeah, she dove into the shot.
Did everyone
and caught
cheer
it.
like it was the 1966 World Cup?
Yeah, but
similar reaction.
not good to defend yourself with.
No.
Brooches. Can't really stab anyone with a brooch.
No, not so much. You can
So it's
do
not
with
as
that.
useful as your bat.
No, that's true. That's true. But,
It's really practical.
I feel quite wary of you two now. If it kicked off, I feel like either of you.
I think what we've got out of this chat right now is that we're ready for a fight. Don't mess with us.
Before I go, Margot, I have to say something it becomes urban legend where I'm from the Midlands originally, moved to Clapham, right? And every time you mention Clapham, it always comes up, oh, Margot Robbie used to live in Clapham. I saw her in Tesco, I saw her here.
She's been banned from every bar and pub in this suburb.
Well, the one in particular that always seems to come up is the classic Infernos. Yes.
I know.
So
It's not folklore, it's fact.
Okay, it's fact. So you were a fan of the it's like one of those sticky carpeted floors clubs.
That they actually film in a lot.
Yes.
Infernos is used as a filming location a lot. And apparently a lot of my friends are crew members, and they often end up, shooting something in Infernos, and they're like, wow, when you go there by day, it stinks so bad. Like that carpet has...
Sticky.
Just sin seeped into it, I suppose. Yeah.
You might be against this idea then, because we were going to maybe campaign for the official Margot Robbie lobby in Infernos. Do we get your blessing to perhaps
please
go for this campaign?
Do you know what I absolutely bless this, because do you know I actually once inquired as to whether I could rent out Infernos to have a sit-down dinner in there just with my friends on a birthday one time. I think they said no, but maybe I'll try again.
Okay, well, maybe if we start this...
I'm a little further along in my career. They might say yes now. And I've given them a lot of free press, so this is a good start.
This is a good start. We'll start
brilliant.
with this. Maybe next time if we meet again, we'll see how far we've progressed with it.
Thank you.
Perhaps get the mayor down and
I really
do the royal
appreciate
opening.
that.
Get the mayor down.
Yes. Do the ribbon cut.
Yeah. Thank you so much. It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thanks for having me.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jason.